So first of all, this is Mako 8 millimeters. This is Mako 8 millimeters, and we are going to weld these Birkenstock soles on top of it. So first thing we are going to do, place the Birkenstock on top of the Mako 8 millimeters and then mark out the shapes. So once you're done marking out the shapes, we're going to apply gum on that line that's on the edge of the marking where the welt is going to sit on. After that, pick your welt and then use your masking tape to hold both of them together. It is going to make the work easier. Remember what I always say, if you're going to make more than one pair, you can still use this hack. So once you've done that, pick your rough sandpaper and make sure you roughen the surface of the welt. It is going to help the bonding. Then after doing that, apply gum on your welt, and after that, when the gum must have set, the next thing we are going to do is to proceed with the welting. So you're going to return the Birkenstock back to that outline, and then the next thing you're going to do, use nails to hold it firmly to the Mako, one at the back and another one at the front. This is going to hold the sole to place while you do the welting. So once you have done that, pick your welt and then make sure you cut the edge of the welt. Make sure you cut the edge so that it will be into shape, and then you're going to start your welting from this side. As always, make sure you start from the heel side and then gradually you go down until you go round. So once you have gotten to the other edge of the welt, remove the sole and then cut slightly after the first edge and then force the edge in. With this, you're going to have a very tight joint, and after that we are done with this part. Make sure you tap your mallet on it to make sure it bonds properly. So we're going to proceed to the other side of the foot with the same steps. After you must have welted, cut off the excess Mako. Now this is our main sole. This is called figure 8. This is Mako sole. It's about 10 mm. So now you're going to brush the surface with your rough sandpaper, and we're going to gum the welted Mako 8 mm on top. So the reason we did that is because we want the main sole to have a certain height. So after roughening the surfaces, you apply gum and bond the two together. So after bonding the two together, the next thing you do is to cut off the excess. So after we must have done that, the next thing we do is to smooth the edges of the sole, you understand? After cutting off the excess, we smooth the edges. So I have done that, you see it. So the soles are ready now. We are going to proceed to the next step. So this is my suede material, which we are going to use for the upper. So make sure you use the right facing. So now what we're going to do, we're going to mark out the templates on the suede material. So you remember we have two pieces of the template. So after marking, you have to turn the other way to mark again. That is what you're going to do for the two piece. If you mark, you flip around and mark again. You understand? Remember to do that. So also remember to note those dots. You understand? They are very important. So we're going to do the same here. After marking this one this way, we'll still flip it around to mark for the other side. So very important, don't forget to do that. If you don't do this, the pattern is not going to set, you understand? So after marking each of the parts, you flip it around to mark again. So I'm done marking out the pattern. The next thing we do, just cut off the excess, and then we are going to gum it to our landing material. So now I have gummed it to my landing. At this point, what we're going to do now is to cut all of them into shape. So right now I'm done with the cutting. So we're going to proceed to the next step. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take some measurements of where we are going to, gum or attach our magic tape to. So now we're going to take a measurement from those dots. This is going to overlap this one. So from here to here 2 inches, then from here to here 2 inches. That's what we're going to take. So we're going to make sure that the width of our magic tape is up to 2 inches, you understand? So take that same measurement on this part. You see, from that dot, from those two dots, you take that measurement on that one that is going to be under. So now this is my magic tape. It's up to 2 inches. So measure the length and then cut out the one that is going to be enough. You're going to give a little allowance so that you can later cut off the excess. You understand? So now the next thing we're going to do, we're going to separate the magic tapes. We're going to separate them and then we're going to apply gum on the surfaces and then prepare them for alignment. So now the gums are set. You see this rough part that is going to be on top of the side of the pattern that is going to be under. So place it this way. So you see where my measurement started from that 2 dot you take 2 inches. That's where this magic tape is sitting on, you understand. So after that we're going to proceed with this one. So this is the one that is going to be at the top. You measure from that 2 dots towards the edge 2 inches, you understand. So it's already, the measurement is already there on that one. That's this one now, you understand. So just place it there, and then we're not going to cut this one, we're going to stitch round, you understand. And these two we are going to cut off the excess here before we stitch, so that we'll be able to see the edge properly while stitching, you understand. So this is the part of the pattern that is going to be under. So for us to see the edge, we have to cut off this excess magic tape so that we'll be able to see the edge properly while stitching. That's why we have to cut this one off. So now what we're going to do, we're going to stitch this one. Now we stitch around this way, and then this one the same thing. So that's what we're going to do on the 4. So I have done with that. So I've stitched around, double stitching, understand. I did double stitching here, then stitch this way, and then you're going to stitch this line here, understand, on this angle. So that's it. And now I can cut off the excess on this one. I can now cut off the excess magic tape. These actually have a name, but in different areas there's a name it is called. Here we call it magic tape. So after that, just use your lighter, go around, light up the edges of the thread. It is going to help to give us a very neat finishing outcome, you understand. So on this one, just stitch round like this, double stitching, then stitch like this, and that's all. So you do the same thing, light the edge of the threads. Then after that, you have to dye the edges. Use your cotton board and your dye, and then dye the edges. Then after dyeing the edges, use your lighter, light the edges also. Make sure it is not hairy. These are most of the things you have to do to make sure you have a very nice finished work. You understand? Very important. So now the patterns are ready. But the next thing I'm going to do, because my magic tape is not black in color, I have to dye it black, you understand, to make it blend with the pattern. So that's what I'm doing now. So to the last thing, put the sole under your last. Use 2 nails to fasten it under the last. You see the setting, make sure the edge is set with the insole. Now place your pattern on top, of your last, set it properly, and then mark out where you are going to apply your gum. Use your silver pen, draw the line. It is going to make everything easy, and also making sure you apply gum where necessary. So once you have done that, the next thing you have to do is to apply gum on the upper and also under the insole, and then you do the last thing. So after you must have lasted, you're going to now use your super glue. Draw a line, spread the pattern this way, draw a line on this edge on both sides, and then you're going to use your super glue. Just watch closely to see what I'm going to be doing here. So you apply your super glue on this edge and then gum it to the body of the insole. Just make sure you do it very neatly. So once you're done doing that, you can now put the pattern back in shape, and with that you are done. The next thing we are going to do now is to couple the footwear. You understand? That's the next thing we're going to do now. So after coupling, just put it back on your last and then use your mallet to make sure the whole thing bonds properly. You understand? You see what I'm doing? Just tap your mallet on it round, make sure it bonds properly. So after the whole process, this is what we have arrived at. It is very simple, just follow the same procedure. You are going to arrive at the same result. If you have not seen the video on how to create this pattern, you are going to see a video pop up on your screen right now. Just click on it to watch. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comment section. Also, don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell icon to get updates because more videos will be coming your way. Have a nice day and see you in my next video.